Here is a look at my fly box. It's really tiny. I've got a whole mixture of stuff like little crickets, flies of all kinds, like little crawfish, midges I believe these are called. So I think I'm going to try like a little topwater. Well, no, it's too windy for topwater, so this little orange fly looks pretty attractive, and the hook's small enough to hook into something nice, so give you a good look at that. Kind of stands out in this dark water. Let's see if it catches anything. This seems to be like a cool area. A lot of stuff to forage on. Oh, we got one. What do we have? Finally, we got a nice one. I'm going to try to not to break. I barely have him hooked. What is this guy? Bluegill. Oh, that's a beauty. Finally, our first fish. And it's a bluegill. On the fly, got him in the bottom lip. There you go. You can see some of his colors. That is a nice first catch. I love the little coloring around his face and his eyes. It's pretty chunky too. He's got some barbs right here. Let's get him back in. What a beauty. First fish of the day. Let's get him going. Let's get it. Let's get it. First fish on the fly. Don't get tangled up in the trees. Come on. I see a lot of flies on the water, so that must mean that they're probably over here just feasting on these like little gnats to me. They must have just hatched. Second fish, but this is a bass. Yep, that is a bass. Well, that's a surprise. We are getting some fish finally. I'm on the right side of the lake. He just flew off like a maniac. He was a fighter. He's got some sparkles on him, but that must be something he ate. There you go. Hope you can see him. Little guy, but definitely a fun catch. He was a fighter. Let's let him go. I broke my fly off in a tree, and that slingshotted it into the water. I walked back over here to this side of the lake, and we're gonna get rigged up with another fly. I'm thinking something that's, I don't know. I'll have to go through my fly box and see what's looking attractive in here. Perhaps this little black woolly bugger. Let's try that. That stands out in this very clear water. Get you a pair of these Chea clippers. They're like $3 to $4, and there's a link to them in my bio. I am not sponsored by Chea, but as far as cutting fishing line, especially tough braid, they have served me pretty well. There we go. Oh, fish on finally. This is a bass. This is a bass. I'm just gonna let him tire himself out, keep the pressure on him. This feels like a pretty sizable one. Another Another beauty. Letting him tire himself out. I got him hooked good. I wish I had a net. This is going to be pretty tough to get in. I don't want to put too much pressure on the black woolly bugger. This is another largemouth bass on the black woolly bugger. Let's get a better look at him. Right on the lip. That's where we like to hook them. Sizable, beautiful, kind of green, and it's got a nice blue tinge to him too, greenish gold. Right in the shade here where all those flies are. That's what they're munching on. Goodbye, beautiful. We are walking up on one of the best fishing corners here. I'm gonna head over here to that opposite shoreline and right where that lay down branch is and fish into these little willow trees here to my left. But I can see some stuff already kind of bubbling up and ready for biting. So they're active already. Let's head over there and get rigged up. And this is really peaceful. You can hear the sound of the water kind of bubbling up, and that's just incredible. I think I'm going to try this kind of green, I guess that's like a streamer of some sort. It has a little bit of a fluorescent orange head to it, like a bead. It's got some weight to it, and what appears to be like some gold filings mixed in. Definitely has some body to this lure, so I'm just going to fluff it up and get it tied on. Here we are lined up here with I'm guessing that's kind of a green and fluorescent orange streamer with a tiny hook. I'm going after bass and even bluegill. I've caught them both out of here, so let's see what this produces. On the first cast, and a bass explodes on it. I told you today's going to be, well, he flew right off too. He is feisty. Oh my goodness, look at him. The energy on these guys. Got him. First catch of the day. Beautiful, very aggressive bass. We're going to set him free over here. Give him a little splash. There he goes. So we're tied on with this kind of a teal colored gray body and a very tan colored wings. It's got little antennas and everything. I don't know if you can see that, but this is what we're going to toss next. I've got this guy tied on. Let's see if we can catch something with it. Something, another bass. Ooh, this one is acrobatic. Come on, jump for us. I got him pinned pretty good, but I could lose him. Just letting him fight himself out. Another great sizable bass. Yeah, as you can see, I got him pinned pretty well. Right on the lip. The fly just came out like nothing. Another beautiful specimen. Little guy. We're just going to pretend that these little guys are kind of like trout. There he goes. Swam away perfectly. In August, I really enjoy fishing this kind of caliber I'm fishing for anything that bites, as you already know. But August is probably the toughest month to fish, and especially here, you could still catch some pretty decent sized bass, but these littler ones are pushing to grow, and they're eating and going after easy meals. I'm going to put one right in front of the culvert here. The water is so clear today. Got one. There we go. That might be the same bass. This one's fighting like a bluegill, so keeping the pressure on him. Warmouth, possibly. He looks kind of like he's got some muscle. Let's get him in. There we go. That looks like a healthy warmouth. I mean, just look at the size of its mouth and body. Just another beautiful creature. Ow. Okay, the hooks go inside the fish, not my finger. Got him a little sandy, but you can see the beautiful coloring, the white tips of his fins, and the very beautiful teal war paint all along its gills. This guy's pretty fat. He's been feeding, so let's get him back out there. There's grass all over. I love fishing in front of this little culvert. I mean, fish will just stay here all day and pick things off. Well, I actually casted right inside the little culvert tunnel, so I'm going to leave this in here for a little bit, see if something comes out to bite it, give it some shakes. There we go. Ooh, this guy, it's probably another warmouth. This is another warmouth. This one feels bigger, keeping the pressure on him. There we go. Yep, exactly as the last one. It's another warmouth. I'm getting the shade so you can see him. Absolutely inhaled this fly. Hooked him right in the corner of the mouth. That's what we want. We got him free. Another beautiful one. Let's let him go. Nice tiny little family of warmouth right here. Got another one on. Ooh, this guy is acrobatic as well. Getting them all over the place. This one has actually a pretty prominent sized mouth. It's hooked in the bottom of the mouth, so we're gonna have to get our little forceps to get him freed. Let's see. He is free as can be. Let's get that grass out of his eye. Another beautiful catch right here by this little drainage area. Let's get him out there in the deeper water. Got ourselves a pretty sizable one here. Knew there was some bass in here. This guy looks like he's pretty heavy, so. Wow, this could actually be a 1-pounder. He inhaled it, of course. Got him free. What an absolute stud this one is. My only bite so far on the fly. Really beautiful colors. Big mouth. It's almost like a 2-inch mouth. So that bass could actually feasibly be a couple of seasons old. Got one more fish. All right. I thought I saw this bass come up and take something from the surface. Feels pretty heavy. He's pulling hard. Let's get him landed. Oh, that's a nice one. Okay, I think this is going to be the final bass of the day because my battery is pretty much dying out. So we went all over these 3 lakes. There we go. That one came unhooked very easily. Beautiful guy. Let's get it back in there. That is it, folks. That's the last catch of the day. And I'm ready to get out of here because it is getting hot. We'll see you at the wrap-up. Oh man, it feels good to be in the air conditioning of my car. It is getting hot out there. So we had a pretty successful day fishing 3 out of 3 ponds that are out here, and I was able to catch fish out of 2 of them. So not a bad day. The ironic thing is the biggest bass that I caught was in that second pond. So that is of course that would happen. That's really strange. It's in the pond that is the shallowest and what I feel like has the least amount of food to eat and enjoy, because that is typically a duck pond. But this is going to conclude my fly fishing sessions at these ponds for now. I filmed 2 separate occasions here. This is my second day, and I'm just going to call it. I really enjoyed, fly casting, and I feel like I'm actually pretty good at it. Everybody's a little different skill level, but I stick to what I know, doing a simple roll cast and an occasional haul. But I could not have made it today out there without this Willet brand performance gear. If you are interested in getting yourself some of these shirts, I highly recommend it. They're 50 UPF, so that means it's like good protection against the sun, and they're moisture wicking performance gear, so the fabric's really thin, and it just lets you, it lets your layer of sweat cool you off. So there's a link in my description for all of my gear if you're interested in anything that I use or that you see in my videos. If you purchase, click on the link and purchase an item that supports my channel. That really helps me out, and I just appreciate it. But yeah, if you like what you saw today, be sure to give us a thumbs up, like and comment. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications and drop a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys, and it's just motivating and uplifting. So if you haven't already, get out and fish as much as you can here in the summertime, because winter time is coming, and that is just, it's going to be a slower bite. The winter time is pretty rough for fishing, so I will actually be doing more fly fishing in the winter this year than I've ever done before. I'm getting geared up for that. But in the meantime, stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one.